Welcome back to the Rebuilt Parish podcast. In today's episode, we've got a special guest for you. We've got Maria Pulitano, Head of Parish Transformation at Rebuilt. Today, Maria is going to talk to you all about how Rebuilt helps to equip parishes through something we like to call our Equip courses. Maria has used her years of leadership and translated that into a post-retirement position here, pouring into parishes all over the country at Rebuilt. We'll see you inside the episode. Well, hey, Maria, thank you for joining us once again back on the podcast.
Good morning, Melissa. It's so good to be back again.
Well, it's fun to have you. And for those who are watching on YouTube, they might be wondering, where at Nativity is Maria? Can you share where you are?
I am. I'm in the Next Gen studio today. This is where we do some of the filming for some of our Next Gen programs.
So much fun. I can see the time travelers light in the background, and I know that so much creativity happens in that room. So we're excited.
Amazing amount of creativity.
We're excited that you're joining us from there today. Now, for those that maybe who haven't heard you on the podcast before, who haven't heard you share before, can you share a little bit about your background and how you first got involved with Rebuilt and the work of parish transformation?
Sure, Melissa. It's really, I've loved being part of it, to be honest. I first got involved with Rebuilt back in 2016, before we even had coaching and all the courses we have now. We had the content library. And so I was an ambassador back then. I was also part of the coaching pilot in 2020. And we just found that to be so powerful, the coaching piece. So we've since expanded our efforts. And about a year and a half ago, I joined the Rebuilt staff full-time, and I'm now the head of Parish Transformation. I've also been part of the course team, helping to create and shape new courses. And we're going to talk a little bit about courses today.
Oh, such a cool background. And before all of that, you've been a volunteer minister at Nativity, balancing all of that with working full time until you retired and were able to come on staff full time with us, which is just a blessing that we've got your talents and gifting and experience now here with us at Rebuilt.
It is exciting. I've been at Nativity for 30 years. So if you've read the Rebuilt book, I've lived the Rebuilt book.
Yes, you have. You have lived it. Well, Maria, today we are here to talk about our Equip courses. So for those who might not be familiar, what are the Equip courses and why were they created?
Yeah, it's a great question. So the Equip courses were designed to give parish leaders practical training and tools in the key areas we call the anchors, the 4 anchors. And these are proven strategies for parish renewal and transformation. Each course focuses on an anchor and provides the vision behind it and the practical steps to sort of bring it to life in your parish setting. They were created to meet a very real need. Many parish leaders feel the call to renewal, but they don't know where to get started. So the Equip courses sort of break that challenge down into like manageable and accessible pieces. And the goal is not just to share information, but to actually equip the leaders with the skills and the strategies and the encouragement that they need to sort of lead a parish forward. They help parishes take their first steps and then their next steps after that in order to get started.
Oh, that's so helpful. Maria, something you said where sometimes parishes don't know where to start. And this is very real. I remember being in that position myself when I was in my parish as a volunteer. Just where do we start? How do we get going with this? There's so many things to choose from, so many places we could start. Where do we start? And then what is our next step? So I love that the Equip courses help take out that guesswork of here is your first step, and then here's your next step, and the next step after that. That's so helpful to parishes.
Yeah, it just breaks it down in an easy way to sort of follow and get started.
So how does it work then? So I think we need to share with them kind of how they would access it, what it looks like. Is this a course in person or what does it look like?
Yeah, so these are videos. So there are, every course has roughly 8 to 10 sessions in it, or 8 to 12 sessions. And so the videos are about 10 to 12 minutes each. So for each session. And you can do it at your own pace. So you can watch one session and then kind of go off and do some work and then come back and watch another, or you can watch multiple at a time. There's a workbook for each of the courses that helps you kind of organize your thoughts, provides discussion questions for your team, and suggests an action plan for each session. So it's a really great way to sort of get started and work with a team to do this.
Oh, that's so good. And I like that it's that self pace, like you were talking about. They can
Mhm.
watch one session, work on it, and then move to the next one. They're not being rushed through, but they can work on it at the pace, with what they need for their parish.
Yeah, whatever works best for them and whoever are the right people that need to view it would be able to view it.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. Now, Maria, how many courses are currently available? And could you give us an overview of the different topics that they cover?
Yeah, so we have 6 available today and 2 new ones coming soon. So let me tell you a little bit about what we have. We have foundations, and this is where you're going to learn about the 4 anchors and how to apply them in your parish. Leadership strategies, one of close to my heart, where you will learn how to create a healthy leadership culture, how to use your guiding documents, how to make decisions that fulfill the mission of the church. The course is going to give you some quick wins too that you can do in your parish. So I really love this course for kind of setting some foundational leadership information. Finance and stewardship, or church money. This course helps parishes learn strategies to create a culture of giving and raise givers in the parish. Small groups. This course guides you in preparing for and launching small groups in your parish. It's been very effective. This course walks you through 7 key steps to build and maintain small groups. Every member a minister. This course helps parishes with strategies to grow their volunteer ministry, and it focuses on the joy of serving. It's so important. It's such a big part of people growing deeper in their faith by serving. Next generation. This course helps parishes connect to the youth and their families by creating faith-filled experiences. And our courses that are coming soon, Melissa, Grow Wider. This course is going to help parishes reach people, especially the unchurched and dechurched in their communities. And Preaching in a Message series. The message series is really a driver for all of the anchors, and it helps parishes have the greatest impact. So this course is going to help preachers embrace the purpose, the power, and the privilege of preaching rooted in Scripture.
Wow, there are so many great ones. And, hearing these descriptions, I feel like, oh my gosh, some people might be like, okay, but Maria, which one do I start with? Which would you recommend to start with?
Yeah, so I would always recommend start with foundations because it gives you the overall understanding of all of the anchors. And then you can take a deep dive into the anchors that you've decided are your priorities. So, we have courses for each of the anchors, but foundations is going to give you the basis for all of that and how it works together in order to choose that next course.
Oh, that's some great feedback. Goodness, I wish when I had started my rebuilding journey that those courses would have been available because it would have taken out so much guesswork.
It really
Now,
does take out a lot of guesswork.
in your experience, what are some of the ways that parishes typically use these courses? Is it with staff, leadership teams, volunteers, or the wider parish community?
Yeah, all of the above, actually. Our parishes are using these courses with their leadership teams, with their volunteer ministers, with their staff, with their parish and finance councils. Um, the content can really help a parish all get all on the same page, right? So if you have a new staff member, even if you have people in the parish council that just aren't sure where you're going, this really helps them all get on the same page. But the good news is it means the leadership team doesn't have to do all the work alone. They can share these with anyone in the parish that might be helping them through a different part of the journey.
Oh, I love that. I love that that kind of helps them to just have that clarity, but then also there's not just one person watching the video and then trying to relay it all to everybody else. Anybody can watch the videos, work through the workbooks and take action in their parish. Now, how do the courses help parishes take the practical steps towards renewal rather than just talking about ideas?
Yeah, so the equip courses are built to be action oriented, right? So instead of simply presenting the concepts, each session is going to include clear steps, tools, and examples that parish leaders can immediately apply in the context of their own parish. So they're not just asked to think about renewal, they're given the how and the why, and then they're given some discussion questions that they can work with their team to sort of figure out how they're going to implement in their own parish. So I think that's why I love the courses so much, because they really help a parish figure out how to apply it in their own parish.
Oh, that's so good because so I know that a common misconception is that we want to teach everybody everything that worked at Church of the Nativity and try and make other little mini Church of the Nativities all over the world. So, Maria, can you speak into that a little bit? How that is absolutely not the case?
That is definitely not the case, right? We are telling you proven strategies that can work in any parish, and how you apply them and how you implement them in your parish is going to be unique to you. So we're not trying to make mini nativities at all. We're trying to help your parish be the best version of itself. So we want to give you some strategies to save you some time, hopefully, in creating that best version of yourself. But it does not have to look and feel like our parish at all. It's really about helping you to understand what are some strategies that work, and then how can you take some next steps to do what are your priorities and where you want to go. But mostly those things will fall into our four anchors. So it works really well because most of the things parishes want to do either fall under leadership or weekend experience or growing deeper or growing wider. So it really does give parishes the ability to figure out how to implement that in their own parish. And the great news is we have lots of parishes, all different sizes, all different demographics, who have had success using the same model. So what we put into these courses is not just from Nativity's experience, but from the parishes we work with as well.
Oh, I love that. Maria, I think that you just eased a lot of people's minds who were unsure of who do I have to do everything exactly the way Nativity does it because my demographic is different or my location is different or I'm a tiny little rural community versus, a suburban, when you're rather than suburban Baltimore, right? So
Right.
that is reassuring. Now, Maria, you've mentioned that you've walked alongside a lot of parishes. What results have you seen from those, like the ones that have been engaged in the equip courses?
Yeah, so there are so many examples, really, Melissa. But the equip courses have been used to bring a new staff member up to speed, like I mentioned earlier, on where the parish is headed. I've seen volunteer leaders work with the small groups course to launch small groups. Those aren't people who are involved in maybe other aspects of the parish, but specifically wanted to implement small groups. The Next Generation course has given parishes new ideas for their own next gen programs that they were able to easily implement pretty quickly. They've been used in staff offsites or ministry leader meetings to have deeper discussions on the anchors or a specific topic. So, yeah, there are many ways to use those courses.
Wow. I especially love the part first of all with getting new staff up to speed because if one of the beautiful things about Rebuilt is that we help people build new leadership teams. And so oftentimes you're seeing some staff turnover and new people coming on board and those new people may not always understand what that parish renewal process looks like. So, what a great idea for parishes to have new staff members take these equip courses.
Yeah, it just makes it such an easy way to onboard someone, right? It's part of their training and their onboarding and coming into the culture and understanding where the parish is headed.
Yes, what a great idea. And then also that different teams within the parish can take these courses and just like you shared, implement small groups without it, taking out too much time from the pastor and maybe the leadership team and working in next gen. What a great idea. What a great use of the courses.
Yeah, it's really nice, to what you just said, Melissa. It's really nice when they can ask a team not to learn about all of the anchors, right? But just to learn about the one that they're focusing on, for example, small groups, right?
Yes.
So people who want to do small groups, they don't want to take all of our other equip courses, but that one is really meaningful to them and how they can take those next steps. And if you're relying on a lot of volunteer leaders, this is a great way to do it.
Yes, what a good idea. Now, how do the equip courses fit into the larger picture of parish renewal and the mission of Rebuilt?
So the equip courses are just one piece of a much larger journey, right? They serve as sort of the bridge between the vision for parish transformation and the practical steps to get there. So, by focusing on the anchors, they give parish leaders both the theological grounding and the hands on skills to begin making meaningful changes. They provide a clear starting point, I think, for parishes that want renewal but don't know where to begin, like we were talking about earlier. And Rebuilt's mission is to make disciples by helping parishes make disciples. So, this is one way that we can do that and help parishes sort of take this into their own hands and start working on it.
Definitely, especially when it comes to making disciples. When I think about all of the different courses we offer, every single one of them is focused on that mission of helping the parishes make disciples. I love that.
Yeah, it's making disciples is the core of everything we do.
Absolutely. Now, Maria, for a parish leader who might be hesitant or wondering if they even have the time to take on something new like this, what would you say about the value of starting with at least one equip course?
I would say, there's no harm, right? It's not going to take too much of your time. It's not going to be overly taxing on your staff, right? So there's no harm in starting with one equip course, doing the sessions, maybe spreading them out over time, right? Maybe not trying to tackle them all at once, but spreading them out over time, having discussions with your team. It's a really easy and great way to sort of get started and then decide if you want to continue to pursue working on each of the anchors. But I would say just get started. Get started with something, right? It may just generate more ideas for you to in your own parish. And it's really just a great way to kickstart the brainstorming of what your next steps are going to be.
Definitely. And Maria, something you said earlier was each course is about, anywhere from 8 to 10 videos, not something that takes too terribly long. A lot of the videos are averaging between 10 and 12 minutes. So if a parish were to break that down over time, like you said, even one video a week would put them ahead. I mean, one video a week for 8 weeks. Think of what can happen in a parish in just 8 weeks. That's 2 months. Whoa.
Yeah, it's really not again, it's not a long-term commitment, right? It's a kind of a simple commitment, but it's going to generate so many ideas on the team that I think you're going to find it's time well spent and you're going to want to spend more time doing it.
Yes. Oh, I love this as a way for these parishes to get some quick wins and get some low hanging fruit, but then also learn the skills to really have some incredible parish renewal.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to get started. If you're just starting out, this is a great way to do it.
Now, Maria, where can parish leaders go to find out more about the Equip courses and begin exploring them for their own parish?
Yeah, so if you go to rebuiltparish.com and click on Get Equipped, that's where you're going to find all of our courses and a little bit more description about each of them. So you'll be able to choose what's the right course for you or set of courses for you and where you want to go. And just really think about who are all the people you want to share those videos with. Because again, you don't want one person watching all of the videos and trying to relay it. This is an opportunity for a team to do this as a team and kind of learn together.
Yes, what a great idea. Well, Maria, thank you so much for pouring into our listeners today. I'm excited because I know that so many of them are going to take advantage of the Equip courses and get started on parish renewal in their own home parishes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see I can't wait to learn from those parishes, what they do and what they go on to achieve using these courses.
Same, and I can't wait to hear their transformation stories as well.
Yes, I can't wait for that either. It's very exciting, always exciting to hear about transformation.
Yes. Well, Maria, again, thank you. And to all of our listeners, thank you. And we'll see you next time.